All right, we're back once again, and Ruby is on my screen. I'm gonna totally ignore that. Anyways, I didn't get a chance to do what I was supposed to do because I actually got my hair. I actually did my hair, so I can't wear any headphones, so couldn't do the audio stuff for Golden Sun. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna end up working on this." So we're gonna finish this up. While I was chilling, I actually had the chance to actually go over my outline. So there is going to be a couple of things I am going to take out because it just feels like redundant and I'm repeating myself. But again, there's a lot of stuff that we have to do. We're trying to leave no stone left uncovered. So there is going to be a couple of things I'm actually going to get rid of before I forget. There we go. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get this out of the way. So this will finally be done soon. It'll be done after the stream. Then I'll start dubbing things. But like I said, I can't actually have my headphones on because I just did my hair, and that's already a mess. Also, it's 1 o'clock. I'm allowed to drink right now. Let's see. So we were talking about, what was this section called again? Fuck. Let me look at my notes. Interesting. This was the Vira beneath, so we were still capitalizing on the Yandere aspect of it, but I think we've gone a lot into this. We can add a little bit more, and then I think we can actually move on from this. Okay, but as I mentioned, we are going to be getting rid of a couple of sections. Like, we don't need them, like we really don't. Okay, and I got a quote for this, thank God. Okay, so we were talking about her madness is not an infection, it's a scar. So, where do I want to go about this? Alright, scar, so... Okay, let's do this. And by scars... No. And scars... by their nature, are they're evidence of wounds that have not healed. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Are evidence of wounds that have not healed. All right. This is what makes Vira tragic. So definitely, because I'm condensing this a little bit, this is still probably gonna be towards an hour long, but I mean, it is what it is. I feel like we've covered almost everything we needed to cover. Okay, this is what makes Vira tragic, not her violence. Not her obsession. Not her obsession. It's not her obsession, but what? Simple, devastating. That's a good word to use here. Devastating, if I can fucking spell right now. Devastating truth that she was capable of more. Weiss, are you getting bopped? Yes, please get bopped. Weiss is cool. Pun intended. The simple, devastating truth that she was capable of more. Yeah, because if you look past everything, it's like she's capable of just... She seemed like she'd been like a very normal person, but circumstances, as she'd fit well in the world of Type Moon. She'd fit well in the Nazuverse. She's a victim of circumstance, just like everybody else. That within her is a version of self. Fully groomed, good, fully. Nah. Formed. Fully formed. I cannot spell right now. Formed. Grounded. Even joyful. Yeah, that we can do that. Actually, that was never allowed to exist. Shout out to Shikinane. Exist. It's never allowed to exist. With the simple, devastating truth that she was capable of more, that within her is a version of herself fully groomed, grounded, and even joyful that was never allowed to exist. Okay, that's good. So... girl... beneath the trope. Trope. Buried underneath years of conditioning. Emotional conditioning. In silence. I like that. Buried beneath... no, buried under years... yeah, buried under years of emotional conditioning. Conditioning in silence. Silence. Since we're wrapping this up today, I guess this can be my next release. Because again, Golden Sun's not gonna be released for a bit because I have to do other stuff in the background. I definitely have to work with Obsessive right now, again, and Unity. So that's gonna be a fun filled adventure. So I can actually release this first. Then, as I mentioned, the other horror one, running away in horror games. That's getting into the scripting phase. So this will be my next release. So be on the lookout for that. This will probably be released in the next couple of days. Probably. Maybe. Unless something stupid happens, which it probably won't. Alright, so the girl beneath the trope, buried under years of emotional conditioning in silence. So... when we speak of Vira... we must speak of both. Yeah, because we have to mention both of them. We must speak of both. Because it is not her instability. It is not her instability that defines her story. That defines her story. Yes, she's again a victim of circumstance, just like pretty much almost every MC in Sight Moon. It is the fact. Is the fact that she could have lived differently. It's gonna rain. Yes, it is. She could have lived differently. But I won't say she's a victim of circumstance. She is, but I'm not gonna say that. It is the fact that she could have lived differently. Okay. Someone had told her you didn't have to be perfect to be loved. You didn't have to be. Nobody is perfect, Courage. She didn't have to be perfect to be loved. Okay. Perfect to be loved. Okay. Or two twice. I'm an idiot. Okay, so let's read this over and see how this sounds. I think this is good. I think this is actually really, really good. Beneath the obsession, there's a girl, not a monster, not a meme. Strip away the spiraling fixation, something quieter remains, something often forgotten in the noise. Vira at times displays a sense of normalcy. She is capable and whole in moments when the shadow of expectation isn't clawing at her throat. Outside her obsession with Katalina, Vira stands as a woman of grace and strength. She speaks with composure with a refined, deliberate tone that commands attention. Among her peers, she is respected, sometimes even admired. Her tactical skill, her ability to lead, her unwavering composure in high-stakes situations, none of these are traits born from instability. They are choices, proof of control and discipline, proof that she can function, thrive even, when not consumed by her obsession towards Katalina. There are glimpses, albeit brief but telling, where we see this normalcy, where she engages with others not out of need but out of sincerity. In conversations that don't involve Katalina, we see traces of someone thoughtful, someone gentle, she offers advice. Excuse me. Okay, so let me actually drink this. Do not drink alcohol as a source of hydration. It's just my mouth's kind of dry right now. That's like the worst possible thing for you to do. When she engages with others, not out of need, but out of sincerity. In conversations that don't involve Katalina, we see traces of someone thoughtful, someone gentle. She offers advice, insight, and even warmth. In these moments, the mask doesn't crack, it lifts. And we are left wondering what she could have become if she was born under different circumstances. Her Yandere traits are not contradictions to this humanity. They are symptoms if it's distortions. I'll fix that. I'm gonna fix that. Give me a second to think. I have to fix that. They are symptoms of its distortion. So I accidentally wrote if. Yeah, okay, that's a error on me. They are symptoms of its distortions. There we go. A survival mechanism layered over one's stable self. Vera didn't choose to become obsessed. She was taught that her existence hinged on another person's gaze, that to be forgotten was to be erased. Her madness is not an infection, it's a scar. And scars by their nature are evidence of wounds that have not healed. This is what makes Vera tragic. Not her violence, not her obsession, but the simple devastating truth that she was capable of more, that within her is a version of herself, fully formed, grounded, even joyful, that was never allowed to exist. That the girl beneath the trope, buried underneath years of emotional conditioning and silence. When we speak of Vera, we must speak the truth, because it is not her instability that defines her story. It is the fact that she could have lived differently if someone had told her that she didn't have to be perfect to be loved. I like it. I really do like it. Like, I feel like we can actually wrap it up right there. Like, any more seems like it'd be redundant, and it feels like it would be redundant, and we would just be repeating ourselves, because we're about 15 pages deep and we've covered like almost everything like imaginable for this. Yeah, I think we could actually wrap this up. We did it. So let me get my quote out. I can't believe I actually forgot my quote book. That's actually pretty shitty. Let's see. Ooh, oh fuck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be cooked with this one. Give me one sec. Okay. All right, how do I want to start this? Okay. So we're about 16 pages deep, so definitely this is gonna be at least an hour long, so that's fine. Well, 15 pages, but I'm pretty sure after this conclusion that'll bring me up to the 16 page mark. But I don't know if I'm gonna actually end up getting rid of some things, because again, I feel like I've repeated some things, but I mean, the more detail the better, I guess, especially with a complex narrative like this. Like, this one's really complex, I'm not gonna deny it. So how do I want to start this? All right. She was never allowed. No. Okay. It's a tragedy we've unraveled. Vira wasn't. Okay. Vira wasn't broken. She was broken. So unacceptable. There, please don't read that literally. It's not literal in a literal sense. It's more so that she was bred to be like a perfect knight, like following like Albion's teachings. Not like heir, like taking the throne, but yeah, don't read that too literally. So subordinate. Reflection. Someone else's dream. I cannot spell right now. Someone else's dream. So, in a world. Submission. She learned. She learned to see. To be seen at all. She needed to disappear. She learned to be seen at all. She had to disappear. Okay. Wasn't. Nope. There wasn't romance. It wasn't romance. It wasn't romance. It wasn't madness. It was survival. The life. The life. The life. The life. A life where she... Okay. Just exist. Okay. All right, so my favorite time explaining a quote. I already know what to write with this one. What is hell? I actually wanted to use this in another video, but I guess this one applies to this too. So what is hell? Yeah. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, now, God, this is gonna be a fun one. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky. There we go. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so what is hell? I maintain that it's a suffering of being unable to love. So luckily, I already know exactly what to write here. So Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky's words reveal. Vira could never say aloud. Italics. She wanted to love desperately, but all she had ever known was conditional love. But all she ever known was conditional love. Okay, that's good. No, actually, no, we gotta, before we even get to that, all she ever known was conditional. We're gonna put love, but I'm gonna, no, let's actually not put love right here. Conditional affection, fear of abandonment, in the gnawing void, being unneeded. Okay, being unneeded. Okay. Shit. Interesting. Where do I want to go with this? I think I know. So she what the fuck? Oh, whoops. Forgot the other end. That's why. So she loved because she had no identity without it. Does that make sense? She loved because she had no identity without it. Yeah, okay, that's good. So she clung to Katalina. She clung to Katalina. She clung to Katalina because without she clung to Katalina because without her, she was nothing but silence. Yes, that's good. Nothing but silence. Not evil. Not monstrous. Just lost. It would help if I actually spell right now. That's gonna be an ongoing gag at this point. I cannot spell when it matters. But so I'm not looking at my keyboard. I'm just going off of like muscle memory. That's why the fuck ups keep on happening. Which is bad because this is not the normal keyboard I use. I haven't used this keyboard in like 6 months. This whole entire like area is just abandoned while I'm away. Nobody comes up here. I'm surprised this place is not dusty. Give me one sec. Just lost. Okay. All right, so we just got into page 16. So, treat characters like Vira. Punchlines. Archetypes. Types. The unbearable. Okay. Sure. The unbearable grief. Unbearable grief. Never learning to be loved. Never learning to be loved. Performance. Terrifying. The terrifying truth that once you've shaped yourself for someone else's gaze, someone else's gaze, and the terrifying truth that once you shape yourself for someone else's gaze, there's nothing left when they look away. Okay, yeah, that's good. There is often nothing left when they look away, which I've been alluding to for the past forever. It's like your basic average everyday run-of-the-mill yandere is usually just by themselves in life, and they don't have anybody else in their specific life. So at least in Vera's case, it's like she has people around her, but if it's like an average yandere and they get like denied by their target slash love interest, so what's left? There's nothing left. That's it. Their whole world just crumbles. At least Vera, well, we haven't seen a situation like that happen to her, but I'm pretty sure she'd be obviously devastated, but she has people around her that actually care about her. Where else should I go about this? Which other angle should I go with? Let me look away. Okay. So, Vira is not a villain. Vira's not a villain. If she's not a villain, Vira's not a villain. She is what happens when your wharf is someone else's hands. Oh, I mean, damn, that's kind of fucked, huh? Jesus, what happens when your worth is in someone else's hands? Wow, that's kind of fucked. Yeah, let's not do that. That's really fucked now that I think about it. Holy shit. And the terrifying truth that once you've shaped yourself for someone else's gaze, there often is nothing left when they look away. Damn, I'm actually kind of stumped right now. I mean, I'm not stumped. I just gotta think. Where should I go about this? But beneath it all lies a girl who is misunderstood. No, I think this is good. Like, I don't have to be like overtly dramatic in this. Like, it's a conclusion, but I want to actually end this the right way. She clung to Katalina because without her, she was nothing but silence, not evil, not monstrous, just lost. We treat characters like Vira as punchlines, archetypes. We forget they represent something real, the unbearable grief. If never learning to be loved without performance. Huh. I wrote that wrong again. I did. Why? That's why. This is what happens when you don't look at your keyboard. The unbearable grief of never learning to be loved without performance. And the terrifying truth, once you've shaped yourself for someone else's gaze, there's nothing left when they look away. But beneath it all lies a girl who is misunderstood. Complex character who never had the chance to be something. Complex character who never had the chance to be something else. Someone. Racist. Okay, we've got something. So, all right, that was kind of dicey, but we actually figured it out. If this journey through. The hell? Huh. Like notification showed up on my screen. That's weird. Something inside. Oh man, I'm being so fucking cheesy right now, but it's cool. It's cool. We're already down like we're already down a big ass rabbit hole. Before you go, y'all know what's coming up. I'm gonna ask some random ass question to end this video. Before you go, ask yourself. Ruby's yelling at Weiss. This should always be a thing. Before you go, ask yourself one thing. Ask yourself one thing. I got something. How much of yourself are you willing to trade just to be loved back? I'll be here all week. How much of yourself? This is probably not gonna be the last time I do a Granblue video, lore one, so y'all know what to do. Just send your requests and I'll do them. It's just this one was absurdly complex, but it was fun doing it. Took about 2 weeks of just grinding it out, but we got it. 2.5 weeks. Actually, no, I started this in beginning of June. Yeah, it's been almost a month. Holy fuck. Just to be loved back. Okay, so let's read this aloud and see how this sounds. Hopefully it sounds good. Conclusion. She was never allowed to be whole. That's the tragedy we've unraveled. Vira wasn't broken. She was broken into someone else. Into someone acceptable. She was broken into someone acceptable. A perfect heir. A graceful subordinate. A reflection of someone else's dream. In a world where love followed obedience and safety came from submission, she learned that to be seen at all, she had to disappear. It wasn't romance. It wasn't madness. It was survival in a life where she was never allowed to just exist. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. What is hell? I maintain that it is Jesus Christ. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky's words revealed what Vira could never say aloud. She wanted to love, desperately, but all she ever known was conditional affection, fear of abandonment, and the gnawing void of being unneeded. She loved because she had no identity without it. She clung to Katalina because without her, she was nothing but silence. Not evil, not monstrous, just lost. We treat characters like Vira as punchlines, archetypes. We forget they represent something real. The unbearable grief of never learning to be loved without performance. And the terrifying truth that once you've shaped yourself for someone else's gaze, there's often nothing left when they look away. But beneath it all lies a girl who was misunderstood. A complex character who never had the chance to be something else. Someone who was shaped by the very system she works for. If this journey through loss, trauma, and identity spoke something deep in you, you are not alone. There are many stories like this, and each one has its own ghost waiting to be heard. Oh my god. But before you go, ask yourself one thing. How much of yourself are you willing to trade just to be loved back? We did it! It's finally over! 16 pages in. This is probably gonna be an hour long. Holy shit, but we're done. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna start dubbing this. This is gonna be a very long dub, but we finally did it. So good shit. And probably this will be released in the next few days because this is again gonna be a long ass fucking video. But anyways, thank you very much. Thank you for the support on this one. It was good. If you have any Granblue requests, just let me know and I'll get right to it. But besides that, it's finally over. 16 pages in and almost 7,000 words. All right, be expecting this in the next couple of days. I'll talk to people later. Bye-bye.